Hello dear traders, I'm Maria Staradop and this is the review of crypto analytics from FX.co. It's the 27th of April, today Thursday, and now today's review. The banking crisis in the US seems to gain momentum and Bitcoin again benefited from it. Meanwhile, economists from a large US bank predicted Bitcoin's price by the end of the year. And we will start with an article by Artem Petrenko and Bitcoin. So as we all remember, yesterday Bitcoin rose significantly, and that happened mainly because of its macroeconomic background. Thus, in the US, the second stage of the banking crisis is gaining momentum, and as a result, the First Republic Bank lost 50% of its stock value, and since the beginning of the year, the bank has lost 93% of its stock value. And against this backdrop, investors quickly withdrew $100 billion from bank accounts, and the Federal Reserve has already stated that it's ready to provide liquidity to the bank, and the US authorities are ready to nationalize the company. And moreover, as we also remember, as of today, the likelihood of 0.25% rate hike next Wednesday is about 86% already. And amid such news, the S&P index showed a decline. And thus it downwardly broke 4,100 level and dropped to 4,050. Meanwhile, Bitcoin showed a local growth and recovered above 28,000. And as we remember, the banking crisis in early spring of this year forced the Fed to take measures and launch a local stimulus program. As a result, Bitcoin advanced by about 50% from its low. It's quite possible that the second stage of the banking crisis will provoke monetary policy loosening and an increase in liquidity volumes. And Bitcoin will, of course, benefit from it. At the same time, it is reported that less than 35% of stocks included in the S&P outperformed the index over the last 20 days, and the situation is similar to the peak of the dot-com boom and reflects the weakness of bulls. Meanwhile, there's a report that insiders significantly increased the purchase of their company's shares in March. What's happening with Bitcoin on the chart in technical picture? Let's have a look at the chart. Bitcoin reacted to recent news with local growth and climbed above 28,300, and the asset is a step away from consolidating above 28,500, which is a key support zone, resuming the upward trend in the short term. However, this area is quite a strong resistance zone, which has already affected the weakening of the bullish impulse. If we look at the indicators, they reached the equator of the bullish zone, but then moved to flat movement, indicating the strength of sellers. Meanwhile, it is expected that bullish sentiment for Bitcoin will grow in the near future. In addition to the growing interest in Bitcoin amid problems in the banking sector, Bloomberg reports that the Bitcoin halving may lead to a price increase to $50,000. Also, Standard Chartered believes that the cryptocurrency could reach $100,000 by the end of 2024, and we will discuss this a bit later. So, making a conclusion, Artyom says that the asset reacted positively to the news about the crisis in the US banking sector, and if the situation continues to worsen, Bitcoin will go on rising, thus attracting large investors. And the nearest targets for the asset to resume the uptrend are 28,500 and 29,100. And considering the aggravation of the liquidity situation, Bitcoin will remain an important safe haven asset. Okay, let's have a look at the chart of Bitcoin for the moment. It's the 27th of April and Bitcoin opened today at the point 28,581. Yes, it managed to close a trading day above that very important mark, 28,500. And now it is trading at the point 29,007. And it means that it's really close to that very the second important point, 29,100. It tried to reach it, but then it slightly declined. However, it tried. Well, it looks like with the bullish trend, of course, everything is according to the forecasts. But now let's speak about future, long-term future, and the article by Jakub Novak. Again, we will discuss opinions on the point of how far Bitcoin will go in 1 or 2 years, for example. And now the opinion from economists from a Standard Chartered Bank who think that by the end of the year Bitcoin will be worth more than $100,000 and the crypto winter will finally come to an end. In a published report, it is stated that the world's cryptocurrency could reach this level by the end of the year, driven by a number of factors, including the recent crisis in the US banking sector, which has helped restore the use of Bitcoin as a decentralized digital asset. And the company's analytical note states that Bitcoin has benefited from its status as a safe haven asset, a status it was endowed with even before the start of the coronavirus pandemic crisis. And since the beginning of this year, it has already added 65%. The report also notes that one of the factors driving the price growth to $100,000 is a broader macroeconomic backdrop for risky assets, gradually improving as the Federal Reserve approaches the end of its monetary policy tightening cycle. And moreover, the correlation with Nasdaq suggests that Bitcoin will continue to grow if demand for risky assets in general improves. And Standard Chartered experts also expect Bitcoin share of the entire cryptocurrency market capitalization to grow again to 50-60%. And according to the latest data, Bitcoin's dominance level is currently around 47%. And they also recall the upcoming reduction in Bitcoin mining awards, which occurs every 4 years, as we all know, and it can be also a positive factor for price growth. And as we approach the next reduction, we expect cyclical factors to benefit and the price will continue to rise, the note states. Okay. And now let's say a couple of words about Ethereum here in Jakub's article. So, Ethereum buyers' focus is now on maintaining control over the nearest support of 1,800 and breaking through the nearest resistance of 1,925 with the prospect of reaching 2028. Only this will allow the continuation of the bullish trend, leading to a new surge to around 2,127 and then 2,250. In an alternative scenario, if pressure returns to Ethereum, the 1,803 level will come into play. Below the 1,697 area is visible, and then 1,640. Okay, let's have a look at the chart of Ethereum for the moment. It's the 27th of April and Ethereum opened today at point 1,875 and now it is trading at the point 1,898. Well, also it looks like bullish trend, of course. The first scenario, it's maintains control, of course, over the nearest support. Moreover, it's really close to the first resistance at the point 1,925. If it reaches it, then it will go even higher, further. Well, this is all for today. We will see each other tomorrow in our next review. I wish you a nice day and profitable trading, and until next time.